This is a non-negotiable. I don't want to be told to have a blessed day involved with the male gate and you're being horrible. I think that's weird. I think that's weird. Being a bully. Hi queerdos, how are you doing today? I hope it's great. As you can see, I am barefaced, so there will be no makeup appreciation of the week and there will be no fit check of the week because I got up this morning and I thought, I don't feel like getting ready. Like, I really don't want to. So I don't have to. It's my channel. I can do what I want. But I did paint my nails. They are chipping. Let's not talk about that. I had an urge to paint my nails and I'm glad I did because it makes me feel so girly and cutesy. But I haven't painted my nails in a while. I usually do like press-ons. Anyway, that's so far off topic. As you can tell by the title, we will be getting into specific things to me. I know in the title I probably put oddly specific to me. Of course, there's a lot of things that are more common, I feel like, in general, that people would be like, well, we're just not compatible platonically because this is your value and this is my value. But I didn't want to get into that because I feel like they're so common. Like, it's so common, it's so expected. So I wanted to choose things that are a little bit more personalized. And if you agree with me, maybe we could be besties. If you don't agree with me, we could never be friends. That's just the way that it is. So anyway, without further ado, let's get on to the video. We cannot be friends if you hate cats. This is a non-negotiable. This is something I am not willing to change. This is something that I feel very passionately about. And there is a little like added on part to this. If you hate cats and you argue that dogs are better than cats, I simply do not agree. I think that you're wrong. Actually, you are wrong, period. Because how could you not like cats? They're so independent. They still love you, contrary to dog lover popular belief. And you can tell that they miss you. You can tell that they want to be with you. Maybe with dogs, it is a bit more forthright. They're more obvious about it. But cats still have capability to feel love. That should never be in the question, first of all. Second of all, I feel like I could be wrong because, okay, look, I'm not a scientist, all right? I'm not a vet or anything. I feel like cats are cleaner than dogs. Cats self-groom. They are pretty clean. I haven't really seen a dog self-groom before. And dogs are stinky. The only time I've seen a dog lick themselves is because they have like an itch or something and they're trying to get it off. If cleanliness isn't a good factor, they're smaller, they're cuter. I understand that with dogs, there's more activities available for them and they're more social creatures. So I guess if you're a social person, like a very extroverted social butterfly, a dog is for you, but I'm not that way. And I love cats. And if you're a dog lover that also loves cats, that's not an issue. That's not an issue. The thing is, if you hate cats, if you're a cat hater, you're evil. And I don't trust you. And I think it says a lot about how you feel about love and relationships. I think it shows a lot about how you feel about respect. I think dogs are way too blindly loyal, way too loving from the get-go. Disclaimer, I do appreciate dogs. I like dogs. Do I love dogs? No, but I do like them. My girlfriend and I foster them and I have love for them. But do I love dogs as a whole? Not really. I love cats as a whole. I don't care if the cat's super evil, I still love it. I love it. They're just misunderstood. As I was saying, I think that if you are such a cat hater and you're like, well, the dog always wants to be around me and the dog loves me and the dog greets me at the door and this, which by the way, cats will greet you at the door, so shut up about that. But I think it kind of goes to show how you think about respect, how you expect respect to be given straight off the bat. With a cat, in order for that cat to love you, you have to give that cat space, you have to give it respect, you have to feed it, you have to take care of it, and then that cat learns to trust you, and then they learn to respect you. And with dogs, it's so not the case. I know with some dogs, they have trauma and that kind of stuff, so of course that will affect the way that they trust people, but I think in general, cats are harder to gain their trust, and if you have a problem with that, then that will also translate, in my opinion, to your personal, human, platonic, romantic, whatever kind of relationship, professional relationship, and that's not okay. I don't trust you immediately. I do not trust you. We can't be friends if you say you never put a bumper sticker on a Bentley. Let me actually not show you my cooch. The point being made is, does that make me any less than you? If I like tattoos, does that mean that when I tattoo my body, you are now superior to me? That I've ruined my body? I like it. I like it. I think it looks cute. I think it's an accessory to my body. It's a permanent accessory and I love them. I love all of my tattoos. But for somebody to go out of their way to express the belief that you never put a bumper sticker on a Bentley. Girl, are you a Bentley? First of all, are you a car? No. Second of all, it's your body, your choice. You can do whatever you want with your body. Why are you spreading a narrative that other people can't do that? That's how it translates to me. Maybe it's like a personal opinion type of thing, but still, that to me, it gives me a little insight into your mind and how you think about people like me, how you think about people with tattoos, that we are inferior to you, that we have ruined our bodies, that it was a bad choice. And it's okay. You're entitled to your own opinion, but I think that this is a hateful opinion and I don't think it's one that should be expressed. So specifically, if you say this, if you spread that narrative, I think that's wrong. And I think that you have no business telling people that kind of stuff. The saying goes, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Like, it's not that fucking hard, really. So I disagree with you. I think you're wrong. And I think you're hateful. Actually, I think you're hateful. Okay, this is a big one. This is a really big one for me. We can't be friends if you don't believe in the value of therapy and or medication, like psychiatric medication. I know that there is a lot of clashing narratives when it comes to this, and I would just like to say, finding the right medication cocktail can take years. And that's unfortunate, but that's the way that it is. It can take years. The thing is, you have to stick to it. You have to take your meds consistently. You can't be drinking on them. Like, all these things that they tell you not to do, follow the rules, you'll find it, and everything will be okay. As for therapy, I've come across a lot of people who are like, well, I tried it and it didn't work for me. But it was like those like telehealth, like, I don't want to name names, okay? I don't want to name names, but I will say, if you're going to therapy and you're doing it through an app online that is not associated with a physical location clinic or anything like that, chances are the therapists on that app are not very qualified or very experienced. And that's probably why you had a terrible experience, because they are not involved the way that they should be. My first therapist was my only therapist, and she is the best. Like, I got so lucky that I didn't have to find a different therapist or go through the struggle of like, but this therapist doesn't get me, like blah, 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 blah. I got really, really lucky. And I understand that not everybody has that. But I will say, it is so, so, so helpful. It's so helpful for people who are obviously neurodivergent, but also for neurotypical people. If you're just living your day-to-day life and you're not diagnosed with ADHD or autism, BPD, bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, like any of that stuff, and the list goes on. Even if you feel like there's nothing wrong with you, then you still could benefit from therapy, because it's talking your issues through with somebody who is qualified and a professional in psychology who understands, like, okay, this is how we can make things better. This is how we can reframe your mindset to make life a little bit better for you. That's wonderful. That's a wonderful tool. I mean, sure, you could talk to your friends and ask them for advice and tell them things, but the chances are that your friends might not understand. They might not have the tools necessary to be able to help you with wisdom. And that's kind of dangerous sometimes. So if you're thinking about doing therapy, do it. If you've done therapy before and it was horrible for you and you never want to do it again, but you know you need some type of help, give it another try, because it's so freaking worth it. It is so worth it. And meds are so worth it too if you need them. Don't be taking prescription meds that you shouldn't be taking, okay? Don't do that. But this is a big thing for me. I got a psychology degree, so I mean, you can tell this is something that I care about a lot, and I feel like everybody should go to therapy. It doesn't matter if you're diagnosed, undiagnosed, if you have no mental illnesses or disabilities or anything like that. I think everybody should go to therapy. Not everybody should be on meds, but I think everybody should go to therapy. And if you're one of the people that say, ooh, therapy doesn't work, ooh, meds are bad because you have to take them for the rest of your life and it's gonna fuck up your kidney and your liver and this and this and this, shut up. Shut up. Because you could be diverting somebody who really, really needs it and that it could benefit just because of your ignorant take on therapy and medication. So shut up. Just do everyone a favor and shut up. You're entitled to your own opinion. You don't have to spread it. We cannot be friends if you bark at alternative people in public. I don't want to hear any kind of shut up. What do you gain from that? You're just a bully, actually. You're just a bully and you're rude and you're making a fool out of yourself. Are you barking in public at another person because they dress differently than you? Or because maybe they're a furry? Who cares? Who cares if somebody's a furry? Who cares if somebody wears all black? Who cares if somebody's a trad goth? Who cares if somebody's a trad goth? Like, what? How does that concern you at all? How does somebody else's expression, personal expression in style and makeup and whatever the case may be in their hair, how does that affect you? And why do you feel compelled to bark at them? You're weird. You're weird. You're a loser. You're a weirdo. And you need to stop that. This is a big one too. We can't be friends if you're pro Anna. If you don't know what that means, you don't need to know what that means. You do not need to know what that means. Please, please. Especially if you're a young person. Why? Like, let's not spread this around. Do not be talking to your friends about, ew, I look so good in this, blah, 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 because I'm trying to be vague because I don't want to put any ideas into anybody's head, but like the body checking on TikTok, I know y'all have seen them. I know y'all have seen them when those skinty-inty girls are just turning to the side and showing off their assets as they believe them to be. That's messed up. I think this is a nuanced thing to talk about, honestly, because if you're body checking, that obviously means that there's something wrong, like internally you have insecurities that you're battling and it has to do with your weight. And so if you're doing that, I think it is pointing towards a bigger issue. And should we be hateful to those people? No, you should never be hateful to anybody, regardless of what they're doing. Treat everybody with kindness. Treat everybody civilly. I wouldn't say treat everybody with respect, because I think there are some people who have disrespected you. So why should you treat them with respect? But be civil, be graceful, be merciful. If you're one of those people that body checks online, I think you know it's wrong and you do it anyway. And that's where the issue lies. It's not that you want to do it. You can do that in the privacy of your own home, but to spread that, especially if you have like thousands of followers, millions of followers, you're spreading a message and it's not a good one. Also, moving on from body checking, passive aggressive comments to your friends about what they're eating. Hateful. That's just hateful. Anything to do with Anna is hateful because it's hatred towards yourself and it's hatred towards others. And it's looking at other people's bodies and judging them unfairly because you have a standard for yourself because you're mentally ill. Being Anna is being mentally ill and you need to get help, honestly. And I don't say that with any malice. Like, please get help if you're this way, because it can ruin your body, it can ruin your mind, and it can take your life. And I would never wish that on anybody. So we're just gonna move on. We can't be friends if you're a mega Christian. And I mean the religion. If you're very, very, very Christian, we cannot be friends. I grew up Roman Catholic, not for me. I've gone to Baptist vacation Bible schools during the summer. I went to a private school that was a Christian Methodist school, not for me. I don't believe in God. I believe that Jesus Christ was a person, but I don't believe that he could make miracles happen the way that the Bible says. I think the Bible is a fictional book, basically. I think fictional in terms of, I think it was written as metaphors. I think it's kind of like poetry, because Jesus Christ himself did not write the fucking Bible. Let's be real right now. So how do you know that it's the word of God? And how do you know that God exists? Because you feel it? Honey, let me tell you, that is a collective feeling. There is a term for it. I can't remember right now. Collective effervescence. That's what it is. Collective effervescence. All this feeling that you're feeling, it's because you're in a community and everybody thinks the same thing and they're feeling the same things and it's making you happy. And that's wonderful. Community is a great thing. But I personally believe that every religion except for Buddhism is a cult. And I think that Buddhism, hot take, I think that Buddhism should not be considered a religion. I think it is a lifestyle. But all the other religions, I think it is a cult. It is about followers and leaders. It is about power and those in need of help. And a lot of people turn to religion for comfort, and this is all a myth, honestly. So it kind of just ticks me off a little bit. I have my own history with religion and being queer, both in the sense of my sexuality and my gender identity. The Christian religion does not align with my identity, and it in fact shames my identity, and I feel like Christians encourage each other to reprimand people that are different from cis-het identities. So that being said, don't fuck with Christianity. I don't fuck with you if you're super Christian. I think that if you're wearing t-shirts that say Jesus saves, or something with a Bible verse, if you have a Bible verse in your bio, I can't be friends with you. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. I can't do it. Something about it takes me off so bad. I think it's my own resentment that I have for the religion, and that's my own business, right? That's my own problem. But I have my very strong opinions about religion, especially about Christianity. That ticks me off. And when people say, have a blessed day. Shut up. Don't tell me that. How do you know I believe in God? I don't, and you're telling me to have a blessed day. I understand that it's done with good intentions, you're trying to spread love and positivity, but that's not love and positivity to me. To me, it's brainwashing, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to be told to have a blessed day. I'm gonna have whatever kind of day I want. Your religion has nothing to do with me, and I have nothing to do with your religion. So let's keep that shit separate. If you're in a youth group, we cannot be friends. I'm sorry. And honestly, I will say too, I think it is amazing how religion has helped a lot of people, help them find their way, help them become a better person. That's wonderful if that's how it's worked out for you. But for a lot of people like me, with my identity, it is so different. So not the case. It's not something that I want in my life. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to welcome it in my life. It's not something that I like. It's not something that I want to be a part of ever again. And that's that. Oh, that's my own personal opinion. I'm sorry if you're Christian. I don't hate you. I just very much disagree with your religion, with the values that come with that religion, the negative ones, because I know there's a bunch of good things. Literally the other day on TikTok, I saw this quote and I was like, oh my God, that's such a nice quote, like the TikTok. Then I read on a little bit more and it was a Bible verse. And I was like, oop, unlike, because I don't want to get Christian stuff on my TikTok, but I know that there's good and bad to it. I'm more focused on the bad, and that's something that I'm entitled to. So we can't be friends if you're a mega Christian. We can't be friends if you do not like my best friend. If you don't get along with my best friend, if you hate my best friend, if you think negative things about her to the point where it is being expressed to me, first of all, don't ever talk shit about my best friend in front of me, because I will immediately defend her and put you to shame. She is the best person I've ever known. She's my Shayla. Like literally, I love her so much. This even goes for like romantic relationships. If my current girlfriend did not like my best friend, we would not be together. That's a non-negotiable. You have to get along with my best friend in order to get along with me. Don't ever talk shit about her. Don't ever talk down on her. Don't bully her. Don't leave her hate comments. Like, don't be rude, because that will immediately put me off. If you don't like her, there's something wrong with you, in my opinion. And that's that. Love you, Mimi. We can't be friends if you eat with your mouth open. This is one of those like more oddly specific ones, but it's so gross. Please do not eat with your mouth open. Why are you eating with your, is it that hard to close your lips and chew? Like, it's not difficult. It's really not difficult. And I think like a lot of it has to do with habit, like people growing up and not being told to eat with their mouth closed. But I was consistently told, eat with your mouth closed, eat with your mouth closed, eat with your mouth closed. And I'm really glad that that's the case, because now when I'm eating in groups of people, I'm not spitting food out. I'm not talking while eating. That also gets me so bad. Me caga way. It gets me so bad. Do not eat and talk at the same time. It's disgusting. I don't want to see your chewed up food in your mouth while you're talking to me. And then on top of that, if you're talking forcefully, you're gonna spit that shit on me. I don't want that. That's gross. I think it's disrespectful in terms of manners. Like, where are your table manners? Please fix that habit. It is so nasty. I just can't do it. I cannot be friends with you if you eat with your mouth open. Sorry, can't do it. I will never sit across from you at a table if we're eating. This is a little bit more serious, but we can't be friends if you love dark humor. And let me be clear about this. I like dark humor. I will say that. I do like dark humor. I find it funny. There's things that I can relate to within the humor that I'm like, haha, silly, hee hee haha. But I put it in quotes, my little air quotes, on purpose, because there are people who are like, you know what? I'm gonna say it. Guys, there are guys who are like the loser, weirdo, creepy types. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. The incels on Reddit, like those types of guys who are like, I love dark humor, ha 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 ha. And then it's not dark humor, it's just hatred disguised as humor. Like, it's just like you're just being a bully and you're being horrible. And if somebody struggles with SH and you think it's funny to like go up to that person and be like, roll up your sleeve, roll up your sleeve. That's not dark humor. You're just bullying that person. Like, you're literally just bullying somebody who is struggling with an addiction, because SH is an addiction. But I don't fuck with you. You can't fuck with me. I will never be friends with somebody who is like that. I remember back in high school, I dated somebody who liked dark humor, and actually it was just revolting. Like, it was horrible. I got into fights with this person because of that, and they just didn't seem to understand. And I was just like, okay, this is telling me that you're like not the type of person I want to be associated with. Like, this isn't cool. You're just insensitive, you're hateful, you're a loser, you're a weirdo, and you're rude. You're freaking rude. So, you know what? You probably have issues of your own if you think that's funny. I'm sure you do, because I can't see how a sane person could find that funny. But stay away from me, stay away from my friends, stay away from my daughter, my cat, Doja. No, but seriously, I don't fuck with people like that. I can never be friends with somebody who's like, oh, I love dark humor. And then it's not dark humor. It's just like actual horrible stuff. Not happening. We cannot be friends if you're a trend hopper. And this is a little bit like, girl, why? Because you have no sense of personal style. You have no personality. You are afraid to experiment and express yourself in the way that you actually want to. And you desire clout from these aforementioned trends. In recent times that I've noticed, Asian culture started to rise in popularity. Before Asian culture, it was Hispanic culture, like Latina girl. And then before that, like, you know, there's like different cultures coming to fame, rise to fame or whatever. And then parts of that culture, like style wise or makeup wise or hairstyle wise, is coming into the trends. And honestly, even if it's not about cultural stuff, because I think with the cultural things, it gets into cultural appropriation. Regardless of that, just like different style trends. If you're hopping onto every trend because you know that's what's gonna get you attention and that's what's hot right now, you have no personal sense of style. And I don't don't fuck with that. I think it's not like a huge deal. I don't think you're like a terrible person. I just think that you're lost and you need to figure yourself out. And I think that when you're lost and when you don't know yourself, that can be a breeding ground for being a bad person. I'm not sure how to explain that a little bit better, but like, I think when you know yourself, you love yourself, so you can be who you want to be and express yourself the way that you want to be. And you're not going to spread hate to other people because you understand that everybody else has a sense of self if they're expressing themselves authentically. But if you're a trend hopper, you're constantly hopping on different trends. You're constantly changing who you are, right? Who you're presenting yourself to be. And I don't have a sense of who you are. You probably don't have a sense of who you actually are. And that's sad, honestly. To me, it's sad. I just don't want to be friends with somebody who doesn't know themselves, because I think when people don't know themselves, they seek external validation a little bit more, and that can lead to said person not being loyal to you as a friend or being hateful to you because you're not on the trend. I just keep thinking of like girls who are so involved with the male gaze. I feel like those are the types of girls that would betray you in a friendship if some guy showed them a shred of attention or of light or lust even. And I feel like those are the same people that are trend hoppers, or could be. I feel like I'm gonna start rambling and not make sense, so I'm gonna move on. But if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. And if you don't, we can't be friends. We can't be friends if you think that maximalism is cringe. Now, I'm not here to say that you're not entitled to your own opinion. As I've said before multiple times in this video, you are entitled to your opinion and I'm entitled to mine. And mine is, if you think that maximalism is cringe, we can't be friends because you don't understand the whimsy and the fun and the love of maximalism. I think that it's kind of like, if you think it's cringe, I feel like you're hating on me because obviously I'm a maximalist. Honestly, my room used to look so much more filled at my old apartment, but I just never like got around decorating really in this apartment. But why are you hating on my sense of style? Why are you hating on something that I like? Why are you hating on the way that I express myself? I want my room, I want the walls of my room to look like a junk journal. That to me is a dream. That's a fucking dream. And I want my outfits to also look like a junk journal, like layers and accessories and things added, like the texture, the different prints, like that's so beautiful to me. It's such a beautiful expression. And if you can't find the beauty in maximalism, then I just don't think we're very much compatible as friends. So that's all I'm gonna say on it. If you're a maximalist, I love you. I really, really do, because you're so cool and your brain is so cool. And I'm sure your room and your outfits and your makeup are so cool because maximalism is cool, not cringe. We can't be friends if you think guys should not paint their nails. What do you care? What do you care if a sex male, that sounded so weird, but what I'm trying to say is if like male at birth and you're saying you can't paint your nails. Why? Why can women paint their nails, female at birth? Why can they paint their nails but not males? What is the difference really? We have the same nail, like we have the same kind of hands. Like it's not harmful. It's not going to cause any kind of like disruption to their body. Like there's really no logical reason to not want them to do that except for homophobia, honestly, and a fragile masculinity. Own it. You can do them black. You can paint them clear. I know there's people who are like, they can't even paint it with clear. Why? That's none of your business, first of all. If a man wants to paint his nails, let him fucking paint his nails. It has nothing to do with you. And if you feel very strongly about that, we cannot be friends because likely you're transphobic and you're homophobic. I'm both of those things. Not homophobic and transphobic, but I'm both homosexual and trans. So let's get that narrative out the door. All in all, guys can paint their nails, girls can paint their nails, non-binaries, theys can paint their nails. Doesn't matter. Just do what you want. Do what you want. Do it any color. Do it clear. Do it black. Do it blue and purple. Like, do it the freaking rainbow. Love that. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't paint your nails. That's stupid. We can't be friends if you gatekeep beauty products, especially if you're gatekeeping beauty products that you use that are commonly known, that are popular. Why are we gatekeeping that? That's actually stupid, because you're thinking in your mind that you're so cool and you're so beautiful and so this and this and this. You have an inflated ego. You're like, well, I can't tell them that I'm using this popular thing because they're all gonna look like me. Honey, nobody's gonna look like you. Everybody is unique. Everybody has different features. Everybody has different types of skin, different types of genetics. And if they use a beauty product that works for you, it might not work for them. It's not gonna change their face. It's not gonna make them look like you. It's okay. You're allowed to share what you use. It is okay. I promise. I'm holding your hand when I say this. It's okay. It's okay. You can share your beauty products. It's fine. The thing that really pisses me off about this is not even that you're gatekeeping. It's just the fact that you feel like you need to gatekeep. Like, do you think you're that freaking cool? Do you actually think you're on like celebrity status level? Like, that's so weird to me. Like, why not be a girl's girl? Or if you're a man, why not be a man's man? Like, what is this about gatekeeping? Hello? Like, what? Why? Let people be happy. Like, I don't know. I just think that's kind of weird. I think it like makes me feel uneasy about your personality. If you're a gatekeeper for like beauty products, you're probably a gatekeeper for like other shit. I don't know. I just feel like if you're a gatekeeper, you want to withhold joy from other people, and I think that's kind of hateful. Like, I think it's kind of like weird that you're that way. So if you gatekeep beauty products, you're a weirdo. Low-key, you're a weirdo. We can't be friends if you pressure me to try new food. If you don't know me in real life, you probably don't know this about me, but I am a very, very picky eater. Incredibly so. Not gonna get into specifics about it because there is a type of shame that comes with that, but I hate it so badly when there are people trying to get me to try new foods, to try a new condiment, to try a new drink. Leave me alone. If I want to try it, I'll try it. If I don't want to try it, I'm not going to try it. You pressuring me makes me feel bad, and it makes me feel embarrassed, and it makes me feel shameful because I'm 22 years old and there's things that I won't eat. I love me chicken nuggets. I love fries. I love a preschooler's diet. But why do you feel the need to pressure me to try new things? That feels weird. It feels like you're overly involved in my life and my diet, and you shouldn't be, because I'm responsible for myself. You're responsible for you. And why do you feel the need to put shame and pressure on me because I feel a certain way about food? Sometimes it's the texture, sometimes it's the color, sometimes it's the actual taste of the food that I don't like, so I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. If it smells bad, I'm not fucking trying it. Sorry. And another thing too is like, this doesn't happen very much now, but like back in high school, middle school, if I went over to a friend's house and they had food available, I would be pressured to eat because the parent, the mother, most times, often it was the mother who cooked the food, would be insulted if I didn't eat it. I think that's fucking stupid. If you're butthurt that a child isn't eating the food that you've prepared and you're not even their caregiver, I think that's weird. I think that's weird. Listen, let me just tell you, your value does not lie in how you cook. It doesn't lie in how you cook. You need to learn that so you don't make other people feel the way that you made me feel. Because stop, like, I hate the pressure. It just makes me feel bad, and like, I already feel bad about being a picky eater. You don't need to make me feel worse about it. Let me be. Let me live my freaking life. Let me live my life. Do I tell you to wear certain clothing? No. Do I tell you to do your hair a certain way? No. Do I tell you to use a certain chapstick? No. Let me live my life and eat what I want to eat. Like, it's not that fucking deep. It's really not that deep. Let me live. Last but not least, we can't be friends if you leave hate comments on social media. I know sometimes you see somebody online and you're just like, what a stupid bleep, you know, what a stupid bleeper. But for you to feel compelled to take the time to write out a hate comment and leave it on their page, and I'm not talking if you did this once, twice, 3 times, I'm talking if you do this consistently, you're a weirdo. You're actually a weirdo, and you're a loser, and you're hateful, and it makes me think that you hate yourself and that you have no life outside of social media. And also that if you were presented with that person face to face, you wouldn't say that shit because it's rude, it's disrespectful. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should be treated with respect, especially like how I mentioned before, that if they've done something to you that warrants a lack of respect on your end, like an abuser, that's something else. But again, why are you, if you're interacting on your abuser's like page, why are you doing that? Maybe let's detach, let's separate from that person and like not be involved with that again. But if you're just like scrolling and you see somebody and you're like, ew, I don't like their hair or whatever, or ew, I don't like their freaking lips, or are their teeth like that, and then you go out of your way to take time to write the comment and then you post that comment, what is wrong with you? Actually, what's wrong with you? Because I'm not gonna lie, there are times when I see somebody and I'm judging hardcore. I'm judging and I'm like, I could say something about this, but why would I do that? I actually don't want to do that because everybody has feelings. Even if they're a horrible person, everybody has feelings, and what you say online like stays with people. They're gonna think about that at night. And honestly, maybe that's your intention, but if that is your intention, you need to think about how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your life, and also think about the karma aspect. What you give out comes back. I think you need to figure yourself out. I think you need to go to therapy. I think you need to maybe journal, honestly. If you want to write it, here's a good solution. If you feel compelled to write a hate comment to some stranger online, put it in a journal. Put it in a journal and don't put it online, because you're teaching other people that it's okay to do that. You're fueling negativity and hatred in the world, and I just can't imagine why somebody would want to do that. If you are a kind person and you want to be a loving person, don't leave hate comments. It's not kind, it's not loving, it's actually the exact opposite. It is hateful. That's not okay. I don't think you should be doing it, but you know what? I can't control everybody, and that's why we cannot be friends. If you leave hate comment, that's just my personal thing. I feel like if you're leaving hate comments on somebody else's page, you're probably judging me the same way because you're just full of hate. I don't know. I don't know, but that's how I feel. Well, that's all, queerdos. I had 15 things ready for you guys to talk about, and that is the end of the video. If you liked this video, please like it. Please subscribe if you want to see more of my content, and please leave a comment. Let me know what you agreed with, what you disagreed with, or tell me your own "we can't be friends if." Let me know what are certain things that are non-negotiables for you in a friendship. I'm interested. I want to know. I want to hear. I want the tea. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you were mentioned, like if anything that I said was mentioned in the video that applies to you, I would strongly urge you to rethink that part of yourself, because I think that some of them are a little bit more lighthearted and some of them are a little bit more serious. In all cases, I think that that's important to reflect on and really figure out what kind of person you want to be. That's my advice to you. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time maybe. Bye!